Hi, I'm Alison Wright. I am a part-time advanced neonatal nurse practitioner on the neonatal unit. I started working here in 1988. I've worked in NHS Teesside since 1982. I've spent most of my career in neonates, but I became the senior nurse in neonates in 1999. And was doing that for 23 years, I think, until last year when I retired and returned as an advanced neonatal nurse practitioner.
I'm another Alison Findlay. I'm now the ward clerkess part-time. I started here as a student midwife in 1987. I'm still here, having been the senior charge nurse from 2005 till 2 years ago, when I retired and came back part-time.
My name is Hayley McDonald. I'm the senior nurse of the neonatal unit just now. I have been working here in Ninewells since 2009. I've held the post of staff nurse and advanced neonatal nurse practitioner. I took a short break away around about 2021, and I've come back just last year as senior nurse.
I worked as a student nurse here and things at one point, and it just felt big and busy because both Alison and I trained at Strathrow. It was a smaller hospital. I seemed very specialised in us. And we had to come here for our obstetrics and paediatrics when we were student nurses. So that was my first taste of it.
I remember my first impression of the unit was coming around as a student midwife. Heart in my mouth, and I still feel that feeling today. So I totally understand how parents must feel and new staff when you see the tiny premature babies, and that first image still lives with me. Very narrow, small unit, and when you came in, you were kind of faced with intensive care immediately, and the noise and the sound and the heat was unbearable.
It's very strict visiting times, and otherwise there was even to view there was strict visiting times. And I've got lots and lots of memories of you would be working with the baby, doing something with the baby, and you would just get this sense of being watched. And this viewing gallery, it was kind of a big perspex sort of kind of glass thing, but it was curved, and you would get this feeling, and then you would look over your shoulder, and it would just be this big crowd of people staring at you through this window.
They wore green gowns, and a mask to come and sit with their baby as well.
The walls were sort of white and blue with a splash of salmon, almost, you used to probably say, and there was a big mural written all around the walls.
When I first started working here, they'd only just introduced humidifiers on ventilators, so that helped to improve respiratory management. There was no such thing as surfactant, which totally revolutionised care really for neonates, and antenatal steroids for mums, so that there was none of those things. I think neonates was quite a, pardon the pun, quite a young speciality at the time Ninewells would have opened, the changes from the management of the babies over this 50 years has been absolutely phenomenal.
When I first started here, it was the nurses were very much the caregivers, and the families were invited to come over and see their babies, and the parents were very much the visitors in the neonatal unit. And it was around, was it 2015 that we really started to push the family integrated care work, and I was lucky enough to go to Toronto to the International Family Integrated Care Conference. I learned from that conference that we went to in Toronto is we really brought all of that work back and brought true family integrated care to this neonatal unit. So I came into my post, into the senior nurse post in August 2023, and accepted the award for the Bliss Baby Charter Gold Award. So the second unit in Scotland to achieve that. Spring of 2024, we achieved the gold standard for UNICEF Baby Friendly, And so we're not the first unit in Scotland to achieve that award, but we are the first
in the UK,
the first health board in the UK to have all 3 services achieving the gold standard as well. So we're very proud of that as well.
My memory is of a wee 23-week gestation baby in 1989, and I was doing my neonatal course, and she dropped to 420 grams in weight. She survived. She is the most amazing young lady I have ever come across. Her mum remembers the unit very well, and I kept in touch with her. She came back when she was 16, she came back when she was 21, and then she came back when she was 30. And she'll be 35 this year. When she was 30, she came back and they did a national coverage of her in Scotland in the newspapers, and handed over my case presentation to her. I get quite emotional even thinking about it, because this was a wee one that we had very little thought that she would even survive.
It was my birthday, which birthday it was, when we had these triplets born. At 25 weeks. And that was like, well, my goodness. So they put me in to work in that room. I was like a very novice neonatal nurse, one of these triplets to look after. And I think my memories there are how not only did the baby survive, because I don't think I knew anything, but how did the 2 nurses who were more experienced in that room survive? Because all I did all day was question, pester, and annoy. I think it was Alwyn and Kate at that time who were so patient.
Every day is memorable working here. Something always happens. Something amazing normally always happens, and you get to see children, babies getting better every day, and you get to make memories with the family every day as well, which is such a special and privileged position to be in. And so that's why I love working here, is because we get to be part of the family's life at these points every single day, which is amazing.